Kashmir, known as the paradise on earth, holds a special place in the heart of every Indian. For me, Kashmir has always been a land of immense beauty. I have always wanted to experience the Dal Lake and the shikaras, the rosy apples, and the pristine white snow. However, frequent news of political unrest have always made me procrastinate my plans of visiting this place. And I'm sure a lot of travelers live with the desire of visiting this place but keep on postponing. Watch this video till the end to find out if you should visit Kashmir without any fear. In November 2020, I and my husband planned a weekend trip to Srinagar and spent approximately 55 hours in this paradise. The flight from Delhi to Srinagar was of approximately 2 hours, and our co-passengers were mostly our brave army personnel. I would not say that this did not raise alarm in my mind. Why are so many soldiers traveling to Srinagar? To ease my worries, I looked out of the window and this was what I saw: the majestic Himalayas. So, here is a suggestion. If you are flying to Srinagar, try to get a window seat, even if it is by spending a few extra rupees. On arrival at the airport, we had to go through a rapid test for corona, for which sample was collected from our nose. After this, we were free to go out into the city. Private cabs can be booked from the airport itself. We hired a cab for our entire stay duration, right from pickup from the airport on day 1 to drop at the airport on day 3, and it cost us Rs 7,000. Prices may vary depending on the type of vehicle you choose. While traveling in Kashmir, one can notice so many chinar trees lining the avenues. In this video, I would share my itinerary for a weekend trip to Kashmir. If you are also a 9 to 5 office going person like I am, with very little time for long tours and trips, then this video may help you to plan a trip to Kashmir. After a brief check-in at the hotel and hurriedly keeping our luggages in our room, and after having a quick breakfast, we began our sightseeing for day 1. We had no time to waste. Our first destination was the Shankaracharya temple. Perched on top of the Shankaracharya hill, beside the Dal Lake, this beautiful temple made of stones is located. The temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva. The road to this temple is very beautiful, and one can get lovely views of the city and the Dal Lake below. However, due to security reasons, camera or phone are not allowed inside the premises, and hence you have to visit this temple to experience its beauty with your own eyes. While going to the temple, do try to get down at the viewpoints located on the road and enjoy the beautiful nature around. The view of the Srinagar city below and the Dal Lake is very mesmerizing. Isn't the view very beautiful? I could have spent hours and hours at that place just enjoying the serene environment. However, we had to rush as there were so many other places that we had to visit. From the Shankaracharya temple, we directly drove to the Dal Lake and hired a shikara. This 45-minute ride cost us Rs 1,000. While on the shikara, you would find a whole society living on the Dal Lake. It was a totally different kind of ecosystem. There were houseboats where people lived, houseboats which were hotels, grocery shops on boats, medicine shops on boats, etc. You could see houseboat residents going on about their daily life on little boats. You would find so many floating shops, souvenir shops, kesar shops, photography shops, etc. on little boats. You can choose to buy from them. While on the Shikara ride, the boatman would show you the houseboats where the movie Mission Kashmir was filmed. The reflection of the winter sun glistened in the waters of the Dal Lake, while the hills stood as guards in the backdrop. We had a plate of delicious trout kebab right on the Shikara. There is a small park in the Dal Lake itself where you can park your Shikara for a while and have a walk around. This park is known as the Nehru Park. In the Nehru Park, there is a beautiful cafe named Gulshan Cafe and Bookshop. If you are a bookworm, you can enjoy reading and buying books from there and also enjoy the delicious snacks and the beautiful views of the Dal Lake. Srinagar is known for its beautiful gardens, and so, after our memorable experiences at the Dal Lake, we visited the Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Botanical Garden. This garden was set up in 1969 and has a variety of ornamental plants and other trees. The tranquil surroundings were great for spending some peaceful moments and clicking some wonderful photographs. After visiting the botanical gardens, we visited the Chashma Shahi Garden, built during the Mughal era. This garden, located at the foothills of the Jawarwan range, was built by Shah Jahan in 1932 as a gift to his son Dara Shikoh. This garden is the smallest of the 3 Mughal gardens in Srinagar. There is a freshwater spring in the garden which is said to have medicinal properties. The spring water flows down in the terraces and forms aqueducts and fountains. After spending some beautiful moments at the Chashma Shahi garden, we drove to the next Mughal garden, the Nishat Bagh. Nisat Bagh is an Urdu word meaning garden of joy. This garden is located beside the Dal Lake with the Zawarwan range at the backdrop. This garden was built in 1633 by Asif Khan, the elder brother of Noor Jahan. Nishat Bagh is a broad cascade of terraces lined with avenues of chinar and cypress trees. The beautiful chinar trees are a heritage of Kashmir and can be found throughout the landscape of the valley. The oldest chinar tree was planted in the year 1374. The Mughals, Pathans and Maharajas treated the chinar trees as an integral part of Kashmir's soul and existence. This tree was introduced to Kashmir from Persia. Nishat Bagh was the last point we visited on our first day, and after this we went for a hearty Vazawan dinner at the Mughal Darbar restaurant before heading to our hotel for the night. Vazawan is a Kashmiri platter of meats and rice, usually served during wedding feasts. It consists of a number of dishes including sheikh kebab, methi mas, gustaba, rogan josh, rishta, etc. There are many good hotels as well as houseboats which you can book for your stay in Srinagar. We stayed at the hotel 4 Points by Sheraton. The hotel had a lovely ambience and some very delicious food. The Zafrani chicken biryani that we had for dinner on a second day was one of the best that I ever tasted. On the next day, we headed towards Gulmarg, which turned out to be a white paradise. Doesn't this look like a place straight out of the fairy tale? The fresh white snow, the dark green pines and the deodar, and the blue sky in the background presented an enchanting view which would remain in my memory forever. We visited Gulmarg on a Sunday, and since the gondola ride remains closed on that day of the week, we could not enjoy that. So if you want to experience the iconic gondola ride of Gulmarg, plan your visit on a weekday. At Gulmarg, we hired sledges and helpers who took us up and down across the wide snow-covered slopes. Oh, the snow, the beautiful snow, filling the sky and the earth below. Over the housetops, over the street, over the heads of people you meet, dancing, flirting, skimming, beautiful snow. It can do no wrong, flying to kiss a fair lady's cheek, clinging to lips in frolicsome freak. Beautiful snow from the heavens above, pure as an angel, gentle as love. The slide down the snowy slopes was so much fun. The Shiva temple, located on the top of the hill, was surrounded by pristine white snow. The beauty and tranquility of the area would give peace to anyone's soul. The snow was so deep at some places that I was almost into the snow up to my thighs. If you are planning to visit such places, make sure to carry some waterproof clothing. You can hire clothes from Gulmarg itself, but in this season of pandemic, it is better if you carry your own clothing. Gulmarg turns into a flowery meadow during the spring season and presents a totally different picture. Our snow frolicking ended with a delicious cup of Kashmiri kahwa. I was told that every Kashmiri drinks this every morning and this keeps them warm in the chilly climate. If you want to know how I make my kahwa, do let me know in the comment section below. I would make a recipe video on the same. I always wanted to see apple-loaded trees, but November end being a post-harvesting season, we did not expect to see apple-loaded trees. However, a pleasant surprise awaited us. On the way back from Gulmarg to Srinagar, our driver halted the cab at a roadside apple orchard. And to our surprise, the trees were loaded with apples. The owner gave a few apples for us to taste and they were so delicious that we ended up buying 10 kgs of apples. The price was unbelievable at Rs 30 for a kg of super sweet apples. Swapnil climbed up a tree and selected a few. Altogether, it was a wonderful experience. On our third and last day in Srinagar, we checked out of our hotel just after breakfast and visited the Hazrat Bal shrine. This is one of the holiest places of worship for the followers of Islam, as it contains a relic that is Prophet Muhammad's hair. The construction of this white marble edifice with a dome structure was completed in the year 1969. The mosque has a deep-rooted history dating back to the 17th century. Situated near the Dal Lake, this beautiful shrine is a place of serenity. Do visit this mosque to experience a feeling of peace and tranquility. However, women are allowed only till the first part of the mosque. Just near this beautiful mosque, there is a market from where you can buy the famous Kashmiri handicrafts like paper mache crafts, baskets, shawls, walnut wood crafts, etc. From Hazrat Bal Mosque, our next destination was the Shalimar Bagh Mughal Garden. This garden was built by Mughal Emperor Jahangir for his wife Noor Jahan in 1619. The garden has 3 terraces fitted with fountains and with chinar tree-lined vistas. The design of the garden was inspired by the Persian charbagh style. The outer portion of the garden was open to the public and was called Diwani Am, while the central portion called Diwani Khash was reserved for the king and his court. During the rule of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, the Marble Pavilion was the guest house for the European visitors. The last and final destination of our trip was the beautiful Pari Mahal. This is a 7-terraced garden located on the top of the Zawarwan range overlooking the city of Srinagar and the Dal Lake. This is a 7-terraced garden located on the top of the Zawarwan range overlooking the city of Srinagar and the Dal Lake. This garden was the library and residence of Dara Shikoh, Shah Jahan's eldest son. Pari Mahal used to be a center of learning of astronomy and astrology. All the terraces of this Pari Mahal has beautiful gardens. One can go from one terrace to another by climbing a flight of steps. From the top of the terrace, you can get a bird's eye view of Srinagar. So, this was the itinerary of my weekend trip to Kashmir. If you have just a 3-day long weekend at hand, you can comfortably plan a trip to this paradise on earth. Is Kashmir safe to visit? Yes, it is, and Kashmiris are really warm and welcoming. You would definitely enjoy their hospitality. What is the best season to visit? Well, that depends on you, as Kashmir has a different beauty in every season. If you want flowers, come in April. If you want to experience saffron fields, visit Pampore in early November. October is the season for apples, and of course, visit in winter if you want snow. If you liked the video, give a thumbs up, and if you loved the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.